Welcome to Movers and Shakers on JTV. Today, director and producer Winston joins us from LA. Ben began his career working with One Direction and directed films A Year in the Making and This Is Us. From there, he produced and directed a number of the band's music videos. Ben also works extremely closely with comedy star James Corden. In a bold move, he took over as executive producer of the James Corden Late Late Show in Los Angeles, and together they've taken America by storm. Alongside this, Ben co-founded production company Fullwell 73, which runs across all media platforms. Ben, can I start by asking you, how did you get into producing in the first place?
I always wanted to be a producer. I was fascinated with television from a very young age, always knew that it was the thing I wanted to do. And then as I left university, I had three friends, long-time friends, who were at Bonaire Kiva with me. And we decided to set up a production company. We made a documentary film called In the Hands of the Gods, which did quite well. And off the back of that, we formed a company, started working with more and more talent, and have been running this production company with my friends ever since. And it's a great thing to work in an industry that you love and that you're passionate about. And so far it's gone okay.
Who was the first act that you produced?
I worked a lot originally with JLS, actually. They were the first sort of boy band or music group I worked with, I think. And then I've been very lucky, really, to work with some amazing people, from sort of Gary Barlow and Robbie Williams to One Direction, in the music world, to some incredible comedians like Michael McIntyre and now James Corden a lot. So I feel very lucky to be able to produce and work with some real talent. And it makes my job a lot easier when you're working with people with such great ability.
What was your favourite music video to direct?
I've directed a few music videos, mainly for One Direction. I think my favourite one's probably Story of My Life. It was a good concept. The idea of the video was that we took photos of the One Direction boys from their past and then recreated those photographs as they are today. And it was a really lovely concept, and it was received really well. And I think that would be my favourite video that I've ever made.
Now, if we turn our attention to James Corden, how difficult was it to crack the American market?
Yeah, I was really worried about it coming out here with James. We've been friends since we were like 17, 18. I didn't ever expect us to be working at CBS and making a late night show in America. That's something that we never dreamt of. It was definitely hard. There was a lot of pressure, especially when we started. There was a lot of people who felt like James might not be the right person to be the host of this show. There were people who were saying they hadn't heard of him in America, that they should appoint a woman or a person of ethnicity. But we came on air, and I think our first night, our premiere, did really well. We had Tom Hanks and Mariah Carey and all some really great people on our first show, and I think that proved to America that we would be able to make a show that people enjoyed. And now it's wonderful. It's a huge platform. Every night we get to make an hour's television for America, and that's an incredibly exciting thing to do. So I was worried about it. We definitely were. We were both incredibly nervous. We moved out here 3 months before we went on air. We had 3 months to employ an entire team, build a set, come up with what the show was, book guests. It was a very tense time. But we loved it, and we do love it, and we're having a great time, and luckily the show's doing well, so it means we're slightly less nervous than we were when we started.
Would you like to share with us to what extent Judaism plays a part in your life?
Yeah, my Judaism is important to me. It always has been. I went to a Jewish primary school. I was brought up in an Orthodox Jewish family, and you know, it's my theory about Judaism. It helps you keep a better life, really. I wouldn't say I'm Orthodox necessarily because I'm incredibly God-fearing or whatever else, as much as I believe, but it's more because it just gives you a better way of life. You know, I work in a really crazy job where you can think what you're doing is amazingly important all the time, whereas actually all we're doing is making television. And there's a very nice thing in my life that on a Friday night and a Saturday I don't work, and I go home and turn off my phone and spend time with my wife, and that's a very nice thing. And I think the great thing about Judaism is the family traditions as well as the morality that it gives you. And that's why I've sort of continued it to a certain extent in my adult life, as well as it being a big part of my childhood.
And finally, what does the future hold for you?
I don't know what the future holds for me. You never do, really. I didn't think 2 years ago that I'd be out here in Los Angeles making this show. I'm just enjoying what I'm enjoying, working with people who I love and respect, making TV that I hope people enjoy, from carpool karaoke's to One Direction videos, whatever it is. I have a production company, Fullwell 73, as I said, with 3 of my closest friends. And I just hope for more success for us, really. An LA office would be great. But you never know what the future holds. But I hope I'll continue to do stuff that I love and believe in and that other people seem to enjoy.
Ben Winston, thank you for joining us.